Hi, good evening everyone. Today we will be starting with 122 scenario for Apex Trigger. In the same scenario, we will be working with two objects. One is return request and another is account. By hearing the return request, the first thing come in your mind is, do we need to return some product here? Yes. We will be taking the example of Amazon in order to understand the same illustration. So first let's understand what is the requirement. Let's take an example. If you go on Amazon and if you don't like the product, and if the return window is for 10 days or 7 days, and you have exceeded that window, can you return that product? Answer is no, you can't return the product. You need to return that product within the same window only, then only your product will be returned here. Similarly, I want to automate the same steps here. If the return window has been exceeded, then we have created one field on return that is not eligible, and we have one field that is eligible, in which we can select a pick list based upon it. And if the customer is doing 3 times the same mistake, that is he is not eligible for exchange, and he is selecting return, he is creating the return record. Then after 3 times we have created one field on account that is high risk, so that the account owner can take follow up from the account that why you are returning with after the exceeding window, since this doesn't look good. So let's start with this trigger. I hope you have enjoyed and understand the scenario. So let's first understand the prerequisite in order to start the trigger. So I've created one object that is return request. In return request, first of all, we have created the field name as account, that is a lookup relationship. Other than this, we have created one more field that is delivery date. Based upon it, we are picking the delivery when the product has been delivered to the customer. Another field that we need here is refund status, in which we have kept 3 values. One is eligible, second is not eligible, and third is pending. We will not be using pending, but we will be using eligible and not non-eligible here. And we have another date that is a request date. So this is what we have created, and we have kept the name as auto number so that we don't have to take care for the names that we are creating. So other than this, I have already told you that on the account object, we have created one field that is a checkbox that is high risk, on which we will be just clicking true if the return is greater than 3. So let's start with this trigger. So first thing that we will be consider is on which object we need to write a trigger. Either we need to write trigger on refund return request, or do we need to create trigger on account. So since our DML is happening on the return request, so our trigger will be on the return request. So we will be performing 2 operations. One is after insert and another is after update. So what we will be doing, I will be just adding a context variable here. If trigger dot is after, or here I will be adding a bracket, trigger dot is update and trigger dot is after. Then in that case, what you need to do, you need to call a method, and I have already created one class that is return request handler dot handle. The class name is handle. Let's keep the method name as handle return. By to think so much in order to create the method, and what I will be doing, I will be adding trigger.new. Here we don't need to do any comparison, so we will not be taking trigger.old map here. So what we will be doing, we will be copying the method name, and after copying a method name, what I will be doing, public static void, let's paste the method name, and what I will be doing, I will be creating the list of return request underscore c, and let's name it new records, and further let's add a bracket here. Once this is saved, we will also try to save the framework as well, so that we don't face any issue here. So first thing that we will be doing here is we will be iterating over new records for return request underscore c rr, colon new records. What we will be doing first, frr dot account. Account is a lookup relationship. If not equal to null, then in that case what you need to do, you need to add the value in the set, because you need to get the number of non-eligible returns that are available on that account. So what we will be doing, acc id set is equal to new set of id. Once we are done with this, so what I will be doing, acc id set dot add, let's add a bracket, and rr dot account. So once we are done with this, now we will be using the aggregate query in order to get the count of return requests that are not eligible till date. So what I will be doing, after this for loop, I will be taking another for loop, and here I will be taking aggregate result ar colon, I will be adding a query that is select id comma name, not like this, account underscore c acc id colon count, and what I will be doing, count id, and further cnt from return request underscore c, where account underscore c in. I will be adding a colon here, so I think there is some issue here where account in. So let's minimize this for once and let's see if this is coming properly. No, this is not coming properly. So why this happened? So let's minimize this window and let's do it again. So now it is coming right. So what I will be doing, where account id in acc id set and other thing that we need to compare is and return status. It is return status is equal to not eligible, and other field that we need to do. These are the two things that we need to consider, and further we will be group by account. So aggregate query always need a group by clause, otherwise it will not get fired. So let's save this out and check if we are good. So we are getting not eligible. So instead of getting, so what we will be doing, we will be going on to return object, yes, and so it is refund status, and refund status is not equal to eligible. So instead of return status, it is refund status, and we haven't added underscore c as well. So now you are seeing your issue query has been resolved. So in order to pick the value, we will be taking a map of id versus integer, that is count map is equal to new map of id comma integer, and further after doing this, what I will be doing, count map dot put, and here what I will be doing, ar dot get. What I need to do, I will be adding a alias name acc id, but with this I also need to define one thing, that is the data type here. So I will be defining the id, and since I need to get a id, and similarly here I need to get the integer value, so I need to define it, and ar dot get, and further cnt. This will fill my map, and after filling my map, I'm good. So now it is a time to check if I want to check the status as eligible or non-eligible. So in order to do same, we will be copying this same for loop here. So you can take a variable name as same, because its scope is still here only. The previous for loop is here, and so you can take a same name here. So you don't have to worry about it. So first thing that what you will be doing, if rr dot delivery date is not equal to null and rr dot return date is not equal to null. So let's calculate the difference. So what we will be doing, we need to calculate the difference between delivered days and request date. So what I will be doing, I will be taking integer def is equal to rr dot delivery date dot days between. We need to calculate the days between rr dot request date. By using days between, it will give me the days that is between delivery date and request date, so I don't have to worry about it. Further, I will be adding if def is less than equal to 7, then what you need to do, rr dot refund status is equal to eligible and else what you need to do, rr dot refund status is equal to not eligible. So here what I will be doing, eligible. Once we are done with this, we will be saving this out, and after saving we will be just storing the data of in the list of return request, and further we will be performing the DML. So this is the first step that we always do, but this trigger is more than it. So let's proceed further after storing the return request. So return request underscore c, that is rr list is equal to new list of return request underscore c. Once we are done with this, so what I will be doing, once I am proceed with this, so rr list dot add, and further we will be adding rr here so that our operation can be performed. And after this for loop, what I will be doing, if rr list dot is not empty, then in that case what you will be doing, you will be adding a bracket and you will be updating rr list. Once we are done, we will be saving this out. So our first operation is done, but we haven't completed our trigger till now. So where is this bracket? Yes. So after this is added here, so now we will be taking count. So integer counter is equal to, what I will be doing, I will be getting the value from this map. So if I will be adding count map dot contains key. Which key is required here? That is rr dot account. This is a key. If this contains key, then question mark count map dot get. What you need to add? That is rr dot account. Else, if this is not a case, then you will be adding a 0. Once we are counter, if counter if greater than or equal to 3, then what you need to proceed further, then you need to proceed with the account updation. So what you will be taking, account a equal to new account, and further I think a bracket will come here, new account, and a dot id is equal to count map dot not key set, we will be getting a, we will be just adding, that is rr dot account. So this will be the value here, a dot high risk is equal to true. Since our account data is also done, so what we will be doing, we will be creating another list of account here. So let's create another list of account, that is acc update list is equal to new list of account, And further, after doing this, let's save this out. ACC update list. So my bad. ACC update list dot add. What you will be doing? Dot add a. Once we are done with this, after doing this, we will be performing the same operation like we have done for the error list in order to update him. So let's copy this out. ACC update list dot add this. Let's update this. Now it is a final time to create a task, since we have already created a task in multiple triggers. So we will not waste time. We will be just copying and pasting the task here, and we will be changing the specific after this. But you need to make sure that you will be creating the task here only. That is, if counter is greater than 3, then only you need to proceed with the task. So I've just copied the data. So where I have written earlier, so task T is equal to new task, T1 dot owner ID is equal to user info dot get user info, T dot subject is equal to review high risk customer for refund abuse, and further what ID is equal to, we will be adding rr dot account, since we are taking a variable as rr, and due date will be 2 days from now. Status will be not started, and we will be adding task list here. Since we haven't created a task list, so let's create one more list, that is list of task list. Task list is equal to new list of task, and further let's close this out. So what I will be doing, I will be copying this, and I will be just if task list is not empty, then what you need to do, insert task list. Let's save this out. Now it is a time to test our trigger. So since this is new org, so we haven't created any account, so let's first check if everything is looking good. After insert, after update, is after update. Oh, here you are seeing I've done one mistake, so it is insert. So otherwise my trigger wouldn't have fired in the insert operation. So make sure that once you write your trigger, just check it out if you haven't done any mistake, so that you don't face any issue and you don't have to debug it unnecessarily. So now let's check this. So we will be going here on the, yes, where is the account tab? So let's go on to, oh, this is also developer side. So let's go on to service side here. So you are saying return a request here. So since this is new, so let's close everything here. Let's go on to account. So I think no account is available. So let's create account name as Sachdeva1. Let's save this out. Since account is mandate on return request, otherwise our trigger will not fire. We have created a lookup relationship, that is not an issue, but in order to test for this, so that's why. So let's give the delivery date as 9, and let's keep again the 9 date as 19 November. Let's give 10 days, so it should be not eligible. So I think we are getting some issue that the record is read only at line number 30. Oh, we try to update the same record. So I've done this mistake, so let's fix this out. Instead of creating this, updating the same record, so what we will be doing, we will be creating a new refund record, refund return request, return request r new is equal to new return request underscore c. Let's add underscore c here as well. R new dot, let's add r new dot id as well. R new dot id is equal to rr dot id. And further, what I will be doing, I will be just copying this out. Let's copy this out as well, and let's paste the value here as well. So I forgot to add it like this. So let's save this out, and now let's test this out. So now I don't think that there should be issue. So we are getting cannot get insert update. I think it fall under recursion. So let's fix the recursion as well. So in order to do same, what we will be doing, I will be creating new Apex class that is trigger utility, and let's click OK. So and after, since we are updating the same thing, so what we will be doing, we will be taking is first run. So what I will be doing, I will be going here and I will be adding f trigger utility dot first. Let's paste the method. If this is the case, then only run the trigger. So then only run the trigger, else we will be doing in this, we will be adding it to false. Trigger utility dot first is first run is equal to false. Let's save this out. So here we have kept it true and false. Now let's test the trigger again. So let's save the over trigger. So I think over trigger is saved. So now it is the time to test the trigger now. So let's go on the same record which we are saving, and let's save it after 19 days. So you are seeing not eligible is coming. So I will be creating another record that will be eligible here. So let's make one more return on the same account. So Seva 1, delivery date is equal to, let's set it as 9th November, and let's make it within 7 days. Let's save this out. You will be seeing eligible, and again I will be cloning the same record because I don't have to give the name, just I will be giving the date, that is after 10 days. Let's give it 27th of November. Let's save this out, not eligible, and again I will be cloning it here, and let's add not here, and further let's add 28th of November. Once we have done the three, so you will be checking that your high risk should be set to true. So I think why the high risk has not been true, it is greater than 3. So let's create one more return request here. Let's go here and let's set the account as Seva 1. Let's set the delivery date as this one, and let's set as 29th of this. Let's save this out. So not eligible. So now if I go on Seva 1, you are seeing the high risk has been marked as true. So also if you go here and if you can check, the task has also been created that we have created. So this is how we have created the task. So this complete our trigger number 122. If you like my content, please subscribe my channel and don't forget to hit the like button and share my video with your friends in order to get the insight. Thank you. Have a nice day.